Colonoscopy. Doesn't just the sound of that word scare the living daylights out of you? I don't know about you, but it sure as heck scares the hell out of me. Recently, my doctor said that because I am now 50 years old, I needed to be scheduled for a colonoscopy. And we actually made the appointment, and I was scheduled to go. And about 4 days before my colonoscopy, I canceled my appointment. Actually, here's my prescription for the junk that you have to drink. I never filled it. The junk that you have to drink before you have to go. And I guess it's called Go Lightly Oral Powder for Reconstitution. So anyway, after I was scheduled for my colonoscopy, God, I hate that word, I started doing a bunch of research. And I decided that it was not for me. I decided that the only way that I would ever have a colonoscopy performed on me would be if there was some serious colon cancer issues in my family, which there is not. And number two, if I was having very, very serious colon and intestinal problems that I could not fix through natural methods, excuse me, where I would have to go in and have to have them check it out. And I'm going to share with you the reasons why I decided that colonoscopies are not for me. One of the things that kind of detoured me at first was I was not aware that you just literally could not eat. I mean, at all, which doesn't bother me because I've done water fasting. But I started looking into this little Go Lightly stuff, and it's been known to cause serious dehydration. It's also been known to kill a lot, tons and tons and tons of the good bacteria in your system. So it puts you more at risk for getting infection in your colon and in your intestines and in your stomach, which I was not at all happy about. And you know, my doctor assured me that it's okay. It's okay. Just take it. It's okay. Doctors are very quick to say, you know what, just get the colonoscopy, get it done. It's no big deal. You know, there's, you know, the chances, you know, just do it, just do it, just do it. And when a doctor tells me that, I easily puts up a little red flag that says, whoa, I need to check into this. Because nothing is that simple where it's just do it, you know, it's not. So I decided to go home and I decided to do a lot of investigating and found out that if you absolutely have to have a colonoscopy, check with your hospital or the place that's doing it and see if they can possibly do a virtual colonoscopy. Remember years ago, the little frog experiment where the little girl didn't want to dissect the frog and they actually did the virtual thing? Well, now they do that with the colonoscopy, and you can actually have a virtual colonoscopy, which is a lot less dangerous, a lot easier on your system, and you know, you can forego all that other stuff. The second thing is, if they do not have a virtual colonoscopy in your area, I would definitely ask if the stuff that they're using for the colonoscopy is disposable. And my hospital where I would have to do my colonoscopy had neither one. They did not have the virtual and they did not have the disposable, which meant that the cord that they use, you know, which of course has light and everything else running through it, it's metal, and there's no way to 100% disinfect this. So you actually can take the chance, and I mean, it just grosses me out to even think about it, that the person before you could have had AIDS, could have had bacteria, could have had all sorts of stuff in their colon, and there is no way to 100% sanitize this instrument. So when they're inserting it into you, you are receiving the person before you whatever. Whether it be pieces of skin or whatever else they got out of their colon. That alone right there made me pick up the phone and say, no, thank you. No, it's not going to happen. Another thing is that it is not as simple as they claim it to be. They're inserting this thing into your colon, and you know, there's actual air that's being blown into your colon to widen the colon as they move this snake-like thing up in through your colon. And you always take the chance of you know, of them causing a cut or actually rupturing your colon. And I was just not okay with that. I'm like, I am trying to get healthier. I don't want anything like that to happen. And another thing that I learned was that the actual medication that they give you to put you under for a colonoscopy is the exact same medication that killed Michael Jackson. And yeah, I was just not okay with the whole thing. And the more I read up on it and the more I checked, the more that my gut just told me, don't do this. Do not do this. So I went to my doctor and I told him, I said, I'm refusing this procedure because I don't have any cancer in my family, any colon cancer in my family. I don't, I did used to have irritable bowel syndrome, and I did have that kind of stuff, but ever since I started juicing, it's all gone away. So I don't actually have a valid reason to do this. And another thing that just freaked me out to no end was that there's going to be like all these people in this room, and they're actually going to, you know, I have to get an IV put in, and which I'm really against IVs. I don't know what it is about them that really freak me out. But, you know, they have to sedate you, and then you have to go under. I mean, it's a surgery. They make it seem very simple and very easy, and they're very nonchalant about it, but there is nothing simple about this. And, you know, I mean, that's why it's done. You know, I mean, they check, and you have an anesthesiologist there, and the whole works, because, you know, this is it's a serious surgery. And I was just not okay with it all. So I thought that I would want to share that with you, because a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people, I go, oh yeah, I go in once a year to have my colonoscopy, you know. I don't think they've actually gotten informed. So I wanted to share this information with you. Another test that I also decided not going to do is a mammogram. Not because I'm not concerned about my girls, but because I found out that one mammogram equals 100 x-rays. That is a lot of radiation going into my breasts. That is a lot. So there's a place here in town that does thermal imaging. If you have it in your town, they're wonderful. It usually runs about $100 to have it done. And they can actually tell you, you know, if you really should go in and have a mammogram. Now, I went in, I had the thermal imaging done. It actually shows up areas in your body where there might be cancer. And then they will tell you, you know what, it's probably a good idea if you go in and have a mammogram done, because I see this or that. And they didn't feel that I needed one at this time, because there was like no heat spots at all. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that, because I'm not okay with them. I've already got thyroid issues, and I'm trying to clear up my thyroid. I don't need any more radiation being put into my body. And yeah, I'm really okay with it. So I decided that that was another test that I was not going to have done. And there was one other test that my doctor wanted me to perform, and that was a digestion test. And basically, that one was really a no. they give you radioactive food, and it's like eggs, and you eat these eggs, and then they take x-rays of how fast it's digesting. That is a lot of radiation, lots of radiation. And I had a lot of problems with that. Me and my doctor are not seeing eye to eye right now. We're kind of clashing because he wants me to do this. I'm saying no. When you go to your doctor, you are not a patient. You are a customer. And I think this is what upset my doctor when I told him this. I am the customer. I am paying for this. It is my right to refuse this service and this is my body, and my body knows what is okay for it and what is not. And I just don't feel that a lot of these tests are necessary for what I have going on right now. I have kidney issues. Kidney tests are okay. You know, they can do that with ultrasounds and nice simple tests. But the tests that he was wanting me to do were far, far too invasive for my liking and what I want to accomplish with my health right now. So I hope that you have learned something today about colonoscopies and mammograms and all sorts of wonderful tests that your doctor says are so simple and you should just have them done on a regular basis. And maybe educate yourself a little further on what the medical society is wanting to do to your body. Because this is your body. This is your temple. And if you allow the medical society to do whatever they want for the love of money, they will end up killing you. They will. Because the bottom line is, you know, they're there to make money. And they don't have your best interest at heart. You need to have your best interest at heart. So please, next time your doctor says, here, have this little test done. It's really easy. It's simple. It's an in and out procedure. Do yourself a favor. Google was created for a reason. Google the causes. Google the symptoms. Google all the stuff that can happen if you have that test done. The pros, the cons. There's plenty of people out there on the internet who are willing to share their experience with you and let you know. So I hope that you will do that for me so that you can stay happy and you can stay healthy and you can live that wonderful life that you were meant to live. All right, till next time, be good to each other and love one another. Bye-bye.